So you're about to watch a clip from a talk I gave at a local university on YouTube. In this clip, I'm gonna talk about how I tried to build a brand that would connect with people and find my unique voice that would stand out in a very crowded space. This is the second part of the talk. You can check out the first piece right up here where I kind of shared my full story. This clip assumes you have seen the first clip. Also, if you wanna watch the entire talk, you can see the whole 50-minute section over on my Patreon page. If you join at any level, you can watch that, or I'll be releasing clips of it throughout the next month here on this channel. Hope this is helpful. There are a couple of questions that he gave me as to answering about branding, marketing, things like that. And most of them actually go back to why did my channel take off? Around when I started on YouTube, I met about 100 other people starting right around the exact same time. Here we are 3.5 years later, 2 of us have gone full-time. A couple of them have pretty profitable channels that it's a really nice little side hustle for them, but only 2 of us have been able to actually quit our jobs, do this full-time, and the other guy doesn't have a wife and 3 kids and a mortgage like I do. So what are some of those things that made that possible? First question he asked about was branding, and I think one of the things that distinguishes my channel is when I was about a year in, I decided to dig in deep into, like, why do people watch my content? Like, what is driving people to watch my content? For that matter, what drove me to create this content? Like, why am I doing this? Why was I like, for 9 months, I'm gonna make no money and every day dedicate hours of my life to putting videos of me talking about movies on the internet as a man in his mid-30s? That's kind of weird. We've all got weird things. It's kind of a weird thing to dedicate that much time to. And that's always been something true of me, that I've always liked to talk movies way more than the people around me. Always drove them crazy, having way too many factoids. In my previous career, I used to have interns, and we'd have random meetings where I talked to them about all the movies that John Williams scored. Like, did you know the guy did Star Wars, also did Harry Potter? Did you? And they're like, no, and we don't care. But I would make them talk about it anyway. And I'm like, okay, that's something very interesting that's true of me, and the same people that click on videos like that, that's true of them. So when I started thinking about branding, sure, I've got certain colors that tie to what I do. I have certain fonts that I repeat. There's absolutely that visual branding side to it. But more important to me is that shared value set, that I want to have a group of people that think the way that I do. And part of what I try to do with my reviews and everything where I talk about movies is I want to articulate what someone else is feeling. I want to be able to put words on, they watched the movie and they went, oh. Or if they disagree with me, I want to help them understand, why did someone have a different experience with that movie? And I went, okay, what if I applied that to my own branding of my channel? And that thing that drew me to start a website back in the 90s, what was that? What was that drawing me into, like, debating strangers for 20 years in comment sections? Why? And it just created this simple language that I'm just someone that likes to talk movies way too much. And I incorporated that into the beginning of all my videos, and it became this tribe of people. They show up, and there's no shortage of movie reviews out there. Like, you can go out there and find hundreds of people, and they show up on this channel, and there's this person like, I started this channel because I was driving everyone around me crazy talking movies way too much. And that's, in my mind, what my branding is. Someone hears that and they go, oh, that's me. That's what I do. And then suddenly they feel like they're at home. They've found a place where they belong. The other side to the branding is kind of another question he asked me is like, how do you find your voice with your content? During my first 9 months of creating content, I tried everything. I mean, since I didn't have a job. And so I went for all of it. I mean, I was doing movie reviews. I was doing angry rants. I was just like, let's call out celebrity gossip stuff. I did like this whole video on the hypocrisy of Hollywood, putting out the 50 Shades trilogy in the middle of the hashtag Me Too movement. I was like all over the place of like, what am I doing? Like, just trying to get clicks wherever I could. And I was like, this isn't really who I am. These aren't the conversations that I have with the people around me. I'm not just sitting around ranting about this stuff. I'm doing that because I've seen other people do that. So what actually is kind of true of me? Well, I'm old enough that my movie tastes aren't really pretentious anymore. They used to be. Now I like big explosions, and I like watching grown men in superhero costumes punch CGI creatures. Like, I like simple stuff, and so that's just who I am. I get excited about things like that. So let's have a positive environment that lines up with who I am. And like, if you like something different from me, I think that's cool. I wish that I liked more things. I'm not this angry person that just wants to thrash everything. And so I shaped this voice around it, kind of positivity. On YouTube, if you've spent any time in the comment section, it's just toxic. Like, toxic as can be, of just people saying the nastiest, most vulgar things because the anonymity of the internet is like, what if I tried to have a comment section that actually respected that different people have different opinions? And that's what I tried to build, and I think I've been pretty successful at that for the most part, and frequently get people saying, like, hey, your comment section is mildly less toxic than the rest of YouTube. It's like, thank you. I'm glad that I'm mildly better than everyone else out there at this. But a couple like little phrases that I incorporate throughout my videos frequently. Whenever I ask for people to comment, I always say things like, my list isn't the right list, it's just my list, and I would love to see yours. Just built into the language of the channel that's kind of associated with the brand is a respect for opinion. Or another one that I frequently say is, we're going to disagree. That's the fun part. Just don't be a jerk. Like, of course we can disagree. There's a way to disagree that it's like, oh, that's cool that we like different things. Why is that? As opposed to viewing everything as an argument. It's just a discussion, the way that people discuss things all the time. And for some reason on the internet and on Twitter and on the comment section, people don't get that very simple concept.
You can see more clips from this talk right over there in that playlist. You can unlock the entire talk right now at my Patreon page. The link is down below in the description, or subscribe, and over the next little bit, I'll be sharing the rest of the talk here on this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and keep talking YouTube too much.